And we are back. Welcome to Shark Coast Tactical Podcast, episode 82. I am here with illustrious guest, Evan from Exigent Suppressors.
A dab?
Accident.
The Brown Lightning himself, Omar Essen. Welcome back.
Hello.
Luke, my lord, the Glue Andrews,
What up?
and the amazing motherfucking broken Dean Carroll.
Brogan, what's going on?
Dean, what happened to you?
We had an accident.
You had an accident. Are you okay?
I'm here, so we'll go with yes. We're in a little bit of pain, but
Dean was
We're
in
here.
a pretty horrific car accident about a week ago.
yeah,
About a week ago?
last Thursday.
Yeah, last Thursday, and he's in a lot of pain, and we're glad to have you, and thank you, Dean,
No problem.
and welcome, Evan,
Back again.
back again. So, has it been like a year?
It feels like it. Post January 1, suppressor, NFA, insanity.
No, when did Evan come on?
I don't remember the date.
Do you remember?
September, October, maybe.
So it's been some time.
Yeah, it was pre-January 1 craziness. I know that much. And then, yeah. So it was right at the end of the summer last time I was down here, and then came on the podcast shortly after. So, yeah, I would probably say September.
Yeah, you rolled into the store with Kentucky windage.
Yes, I did. And one of your fine customers bought me a bottle today.
Really?
Yeah, I was talking to him on Instagram. I was like, hey, come down to Shark Coast. I'll be down here. And he brought a bottle of Eagle Rare.
Did he buy a suppressor?
Tomorrow he's coming in to buy a suppressor.
Okay. Before we get started, I want to just thank everybody for popping into our podcast. We do this just to increase our internet footprint and to increase the footprint of traffic inside of our retail store, which is in Sarasota, Florida. We film it here. You can see around us. This is actually our store. And if you get the chance, and if you like the content that you're hearing, smash the like button. Share it to whoever you think might benefit from it. And if you are in the area, please come to our shop in Sarasota, Florida. I have merch that I can bribe you with. Hats, shirts, stickers. I can get Luke to give you a special cameo.
Yeah, cameo. All right.
And then you can hang out with Omar inside the store. So, Evan, why are you here?
So came down, we're doing, I have no idea what we're calling it, a waffle for the next 90 days at Shark Coast Tactical. I know we can't say the R word per Florida law, but socio summer, suppressor summer, whatever you want to call it.
The socio summer.
Socio summer.
What is socio like an actual word?
Yes, and Omar pointed it out to me politely that I misspelled it on a graphic a while back. And so we just kind of rolled with it.
It was the most popular T-shirt we've ever done.
Right? Thank you.
Like
Thank
more
you.
people have reached out about that fucking T-shirt.
It's a good shirt. It's a good shirt. But we are trying to support those who support us. And a while back on the podcast, you had mentioned whose job is it to sell a suppressor? Is it the suppressor companies or is it the retailer? And, that really kind of resonated with me for a minute. And I was like, man, how do you do this? Like, what do you do? How do you get people interested coming in the store as a manufacturer? What can we do to really work synergistically as, retailer, manufacturer? And we want to support people that buy Exigent suppressors. So we are doing a giveaway for the next 90 days in 30-day blocks. We're going to give away a rifle. We worked with some great rifle companies like Primary Weapon Systems, Brand X, Radian, Breacher Customs out of Phoenix, and they kicked over some sweet rifles, some sweet builds that are paired up with Exigent cans. And if you successfully complete a Form 4 for an Exigent suppressor at Shark Coast Tactical, we're not calling it buy or anything like that because that's against the algorithm. But if you complete if you complete the Form 4, or if you, I don't know if you complete a Form 4 online with Shark Coast, but however you want to do it, automatically entered in for one of these rifles. And at the end of the 30 days, it starts back over again. So you potentially could walk away with all three of them. And we have the fourth one, which is the Breacher, little 9mm PCC with a Rico 309 on it. That's the wild card. So at the end of the 90 days, everybody's in for that one.
Interesting. And how did you come up with this idea?
No, this last 6 months has not been good for health, for mental clarity, or anything else. With post NFA, no $200 tax stamp, demand has skyrocketed through the roof. We've got so many new buyers coming in now, purchasing suppressors. We've got people that have never thought about it before getting interested in actually suppressing the rifle, which is the civilized thing to do. All rifles should have a suppressor on it.
Absolutely.
And, you know, working with great stores like here, where you're able to help educate the consumer, able to walk people through that process, and they realize, oh, it was that easy. That's all I have to do. And I just pick up my can, which fastest can we've had approved now on a Form 4, 30 minutes.
No way.
30 minutes. Screenshot of that bitch. It's like 30 minutes, same day.
Where'd this happen?
Tidewater Tactical out of Virginia. So one of our dealers over there, they sent me a screenshot like, dude, we can't believe this just happened. Previously, it had 2 that were within the same day, but several hours. And that was actually 2 dealers, 2 separate sides of the company hit on a same day approval. So lead times, obviously, Form 4 approvals are going way down. Suppressors are going down in price. They're becoming more accessible and more people are coming into it. And realistically, this is the hot thing in the 2A space right now. So being able to make shooting that much more enjoyable. But long story short of all that is demand has gone through the roof, especially for Exigent brand cans. So no girlfriend. I am not focusing on that.
That's
no,
what that's gonna
no wife. So until I can finally get my head above water.
Okay.
You need to come up to the land of the suppressors.
I'm not fucking doing that,
Kentucky.
dude.
I will take you to
I've been up
Appalachia.
there. I've been up. I've experienced that part of the world.
Omar, you want to learn how to shoot, move, and communicate? Let me take you to Harlan County, Kentucky.
Okay. I'm in.
Yeah, there's trench warfare. All you want. Coal mines, everything. We'll teach you
Okay.
how to clear a building. It's great. Good times.
What do you mean trench warfare?
All of Eastern Kentucky is coal trenches. So strip mining, drag strips, between underground mining, everything else. And when you get further east, you get into a lot of the mountainous regions. So the start of Appalachia and the Appalachian Mountains.
So what? You can go into old coal mines and fucking CQB in there or something?
Oh, yeah.
What, like with like putting odds on and like
Hell yeah.
that's kind of probably dangerous. It's yeah.
I mean, is that a real question?
You need a can for that.
Yes, you do.
Underground.
Make sure it's not titanium and doesn't spark because coal dust burns. Just FYI, it will explode the entire mine.
That's great. That's great.
So life lessons right
There's
there.
still coal in there?
Also, your
Oh yeah,
your miniature TBI just turns into a straight up TBI.
and you know, 3rd-degree burns all over you when the
Yeah,
blast sends you right out the shaft.
So buy an Exigent can if you're going to go
Buy an
fight
Exigent
in the
can.
coal mines.
Inconel is a Lord's metal. It's the way it should be. The way suppressors should be made.
The
Speaking of
Lord's
which,
medal.
yeah, how is life as a manufacturer for suppressors now? You catching the ire of all these companies that don't want to compete with you?
I think like I mean we had a big meeting with a legacy company the other day. And they're real curious about your shit. They're real curious about Jason's shit. But we sat and I went through their whole line of cans and just said, hey, like this is why this is fucked up. This is why this is fucked up. Like with it's the most interesting aspect of the conversation was they didn't seem to have a clue what I was talking about. Like they listened, but they're like, how is that possible? Like when I showed them like the BOE can, I'm like, and I said, like, see this? I said, here's the fucking street goblin. Look at this. Different things and saying this is this much in price, yours is this. You know, we've got to do something. But as far as us manufacturing cans, and people are pretty quiet about it. Like I do know, like since I started doing it, the free cans have stopped. Like all the people sending us free cans, it's over. I don't get it. I haven't gotten one in a long time.
You just got 4 on the wall right here from Exigent Defense.
Yeah, but no, like people like
When am I
there
going
was.
to be a legacy company? I want to be a legacy. I want to be grandfathered in somewhere.
Well, I mean, for a while there was like a new one coming in every day,
Fair enough.
and Luke would get them in, and there's still a pile of them in the back of cans that we're
Yeah.
supposed to try out, and I'm supposed to shoot in the bathroom. But once we started doing our own, it stopped.
Right.
It
Well,
sucks.
Have you all seen a drop off in the surge in new companies?
Yeah.
I'm my analytics watching that and everything. It seems like there's been a boom of new companies. Everybody's making a can. Now all of a sudden we're starting the fade phase of it where they're all disappearing, or X company launched a can and nobody's ever seen it. So it's like, where's the whatever brand model? And it's like, oh, okay, y'all just did
Well,
this for some social media hype.
Are they dropping off, or are they like I'm paranoid and insecure, so I think that like, oh, they just don't like me anymore. So
Maybe a little both.
maybe a little both.
I see it as the all the guys showed up to the west with pickaxes looking for gold, and they found out there's already 10,000 people in the same mine they went to. You know,
That's a great analogy. Yeah.
they just packed up, turned around, sold their pickaxe to the next guy.
There you go. Some are 49 for suppressors right now. So they about to go west.
Go west.
Now, talking about that, the legacy companies and everything, it's interesting watching the innovative companies, the additive guys right now, the recent entrants, and how quickly the ability to pivot and make new designs and make new models and change and move versus some of these whale companies that are just still doing their same thing that they were doing 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or doing the same stuff that they were doing 6 years ago.
Why do you have a? Why do you give them so much grief?
They talk shit to me more than any other.
Oh,
big
come on.
company.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. So TTPOA, they wanted to.
What
get
does
a little-
TTPOA mean?
Texas Tactical Police Officers Association. They got jammed in next to Sons of Liberty, Exigent, and it was just mad shit talking the whole time at me. And I was like, man, whatever. I would have told them to be quiet, but I don't think they would have understood that assignment. That's is what it is.
Shots fired.
All right. So look, dude. I understand.
I like having enemies. If you
No,
can't
I
tell.
mean,
I love competition. Make something better.
No, come on. So I really doubt the fucking people were fucking with you. I don't see that. I don't see people like, all right, there's Evan. He looks like he could fucking flip out on Adderall at any given moment. Let's fuck with him.
Maybe that's my Adderall paranoia. Maybe it's just
Yeah,
me.
exactly.
All the not sleeping, the voices I'm hearing in my head is not actually them talking. It's just my own brain telling me these things.
No, I mean I wouldn't pick a fight with you.
I appreciate that.
I mean you're fucking pretty big, dude. Like oh yeah, I can't imagine. Like, have you seen the fucking people? I know them. They're not a group of warriors.
And I have a machine gun.
Yeah, I mean the boss is a bit of a hard ass, but like all the reps, they're kind of fucking what's the word? Doughy?
I don't want to say it. Please don't at me.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get mad because I called him doughy.
I mean,
I mean, do you guys back me up? Like, you can imagine like Evan's at a public event and people, hey, you suck, Evan.
well, no, one of them threw a shirt at me and said, "Hey, you want a shirt from a suppressor company that works?"
I'm pretty sure that they probably was like, hey man, Evan, we just want to be friends. Here's a shirt.
Well, the best
And then
part-
you fucking developed some fucking nightmare scenario in your head, which it didn't really happen. I don't believe that.
the best part of that story though is I gave it back to him and said, "Hey, I'm sorry, I already outgrew it."
I know I've heard the story before, and we tried to find out if that really happened, and I still haven't got the evidence. I've tried to track down who you did that to.
I'll see if I can find the shirt that they gave me.
Okay, but all right, so
I'm not going to call him out, but you would know who this guy is.
okay, well, but so why do you give them so much shit?
I'm just picking on him.
So you just like conflict with other suppressor companies?
100%.
Why?
It gets clicks, it gets views, it's fun. I like having competition.
Okay.
Now, would I start a fist fight with any of them? Probably not. Would I try to innovate and make something better and hope that they would do the same and that we go head to head for the next 2 or 3 years trying to out produce the best 5.56 can ever? Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm throwing the gauntlet at you, make something better. Let's see what we can do.
What if they make something better and cheaper next year and you're fucked?
Then year 3 or 2, whatever the next year after that is, make something better and cheaper. That's the beauty of creative destructive capitalism, that we will continue to fight each other to the benefit of the consumer.
Okay. Creative destructive capitalism.
That was a good one.
That's a good one, right?
Think about it. Yeah, like the light bulb destroyed the whale oil industry. That's how we powered our lamps, whale oil. And then overnight, light bulb, Edison destroyed the whale oil.
Oh yeah.
You act like you remember that. It was like Herman Melville, Moby Dick fan
Yeah,
over here
yeah.
or something.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about that. I was like, did that really happen? I'm like, ooh, yeah, I guess it really did.
Am I Captain Ahab? Am I just out here throwing spears at randomness? Like just chasing the white whale that
Yeah.
doesn't exist?
I'm Queequeg.
Ah,
You're Captain Ahab.
well done. Good reference. Good reference.
And Luke is Ishmael.
You're a stranger in a strange land. Call me Ishmael.
Queequeg, yeah, dude. That was awesome. Explain like Gen X rifles. Where'd you find them?
Brand X.
Brand X. All right, so it's
Brand
Brand X.
And I don't want to say his name. I don't know if he's a private person or not, but
Okay.
friend of mine, Slade Cutterer.
Okay.
AKA, the nicest person out there.
Yeah.
He prays for me quite a bit. Thank you, Slade. And I actually pray contra to him that bad things happen to me. So to see which God likes more. Like, does he like Slade or does he like me better? But Slade put me in contact with Brand X. They're making some really dope rifles. Just recent entering into the market and everything. They are doing anodized. So their Bright is one of their models. Anodized handguard, anodized receivers, 12.5 mid-length gas tube.
Where are they from?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. So they've got some really cool, and I hate to say it, but like the stuff that the consumer doesn't see. So things like dual taper nut on their, barrel nut, things like different jam nuts on their gas blocks. A lot of the stuff that, most consumers aren't going to recognize as a value add.
Pull it down, Omar. It's right behind you.
Thanks, sir.
No, I was wanting you to look at it.
I looked at it when I walked in.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
But did you give it a little hug, a little hand, a
There's
little handy?
Yeah. Of course it.
You can only look at so many black rifles. So to see something kind of cool, unique, fun, that's what originally got me interested in. Yeah, right. And then open the conversation with these guys. We are in the works, talk and everything on doing a collab package. So out of the box, pressable rifle. It's just a good solid build that, no rotation. You can tell the tolerances are tight. They built the rifle the way they wanted to build it. And he and I kind of jived on our thought processes on how to suppress a rifle. And we are just working on that. So wanted to bring you guys one, freaking sold one in the store already.
We
So
did.
that was pretty
Someone walked right in and wanted and bought the fucking the giveaway.
sweet, right? Well,
What's this thing right there?
that is
Like, what is that?
a grip tape that they use.
Oh, it's grip tape.
And they actually have like 7 different colors in there. And did you see the bag, that big yellow bag with brand X all over it?
No.
But part of me also too, I just saw the X and I was like, Exigent. And then
Ah.
ran from there. So I thought that was kind of funny.
I got a couple people messaging me being like, "Is this Evans rifle brand?" Because of all the
Yes.
X marketing.
Like Ridgeback is also Evans rifle brand.
Correct.
Or,
Yes.
you just throw that in there. Love you, Jay.
You're the secret man behind the curtain. You actually own all the companies.
Damn straight. Stealth Editor works and regular, all of them.
It's all just Evan.
But again, one of those thing with the SBR too is, no $200 tax stamp on that or no $200 tax. To be able to buy a suppressor and a rifle, just submitting the form 4 twice now, I think that's the direction the market's going to go, is out of the box. Consumer doesn't have to think about it, doesn't have to, find what's going to be the best pairing, what's going to work with this, and just a good rifle to put it on. So you got a chance to.
That is really funny how that's flip flopped. Because when I started, you would always tell people like, don't buy an SBR. If you buy an SBR, you're waiting like 4 months. If you buy it as a pistol and Form 1 it to make it an SBR, you're only waiting a couple of weeks.
Right.
And then it's completely flip flop. Now, if you Form 1, you're waiting a couple of months. If you do a Form 4, if you buy it as an SBR, same wait time as a suppressor, just a couple of days. So it's
And I
Kinda gotta
haven't been
keep up
paying
with it.
attention to this, but have they eliminated the reserialization?
not yet.
Requirement?
It's in the deliberation stage. Whenever that passes, hopefully sometime later this year, it's going to be you don't have to engrave anything once you Form 1 it.
Makes sense. Which, like, the first machine gun I ever built is like serial number, nah. Model, nah. Barrel length, nah. Because I just put NA on everything because I didn't know what I was supposed to do. And they approved it. And I was like, well, shit. So I just lasered
Pass that
nah
to Luke.
on everything.
Pass that to Luke and Dean.
Is that supposed to be Arca on it underneath?
I think it's
That's
their,
what I was wondering
their
too.
unique take on it. So I think they've done a little different.
Isn't it weird? Like it's Arca on a short barrel.
Yeah, maybe for like a bag. Or
That's what
like
I'm
a
sure. Yeah, it
barricade,
was
I
a
guess.
bag rider when we were talking, or an Arca rail.
It's not an Arca though. It's just a little flat spot. It's like where an Arca would go, but there's no Arca there. But it does have some texturing, so it does look like it's made to like go onto a barricade and stay still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll admit when I saw the X on Instagram when you posted this, I'm like, oh, he's making his own rifles now.
Right.
Nice.
Which I have no desire to
I
do
won't be
in
able to
rifle
hold
building.
it this arm.
Keep making cans.
Yeah, you need employees, bud. A whole lot of them.
Fired 2, hired 1. Thank you. The 2 were competing for third place intelligence. God bless them. But we got a good one now. So
That's that Kentucky job pole.
not as good as you can imagine.
Yeah, Kentucky job pole.
Going back to the coal mines, finding new workers. But the brand X, again, cool new brand. And I was talking with which Shark Coast employee now at this point, but I love the fact that you guys keep your ear to the grindstone. that you are constantly watching the market, seeing what's popping up, seeing somebody's new. Like, hey, we're going to give this new company a chance, see how they go off. Versus some of these stores you go into, it's like Glock, 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 Glock. Everything's the same color,
I like that.
right? So that's just one of those, being able to bring something into y'all's store that haven't carried before. And you're
No, it's cool. I mean, that gun's a little heavy,
Mhm.
and I think it's probably designed for maybe that Omar style of shooting. What was that thing you called?
drive by.
No, I'm sorry, PCLS. What was that new thing?
PCSL.
Wouldn't that be like, because it's kind of like a recce build? Like I'm sorry, it's a build that can go far. Like it's not a CQB build.
So that's a 12.5 on that. And I've always kind of wondered, like,
Yeah.
where do 12.5s and the rando 13.7s and 13.9s fall into all this? And kind of like you said, 11.5, 14.5.
Everything else that made up gender.
Well, okay,
There's only
so
two genders.
I get it. So, but it doesn't. It's not a CQB build, and it's got that archy thing on the bottom. So it's probably meant to shoot competition and CQB. I don't fucking know.
Could be.
We're going to find out. So
And maybe that's what they do out in Las Vegas. Maybe that's what the competitions are like.
get some more time in the market and find out where its home is, I guess.
Like, so Omar, in that brand of competition that you want to get into, is there stages where you have to shoot far?
Oh yeah.
So maybe that's like the kind of a meritage. Like,
Kinda, yeah. I feel like the optic matters a lot more. LPVOs reign supreme in a lot of competitions. Just because you especially like LPVO with an offset red dot is kind of the meta, because you've got to engage a target 3 feet away from you, then get onto a barricade and shoot at something 700 yards away. You got to have the capability for both. Yeah, that would work. Like I said, even though I'm a big believer that 11.5 and 14.5 are the only real genders, my first rifle was a 12.5 MIDI as well, and it's probably the smoother one that I own. Very smooth shooter.
Right.
I like 12.5 midis, especially with a can. Like, gets rid of all the what's it called? Fucking help me out here.
Blowback.
No.
Dwell time?
Dwell time. Yeah, thank you.
There.
Gets rid of all the dwell time concerns.
Gotcha.
so it's heavy though, right, Luke?
It's a little heavy, yeah.
It's a little heavy.
Y'all already know what I'm going to say. Just get stronger.
Yeah.
So we did outfit it with some rear end parts. So Plan B, we've got rear end manufacturing on there, and then we've got their FHD coupled with their stainless steel. We probably could have cut that way down with titanium, but
Here, try it like that. It's not super heavy.
so basically just threw the fire cream under the bus. Is what you're doing there. Jackass,
I was just thinking, I'm like,
right?
what does he do?
Where's your precious roadie now?
No, I mean every gun with a can just feels heavy when you pick it up like off the wall. Normally, guns we have on the wall don't have cans on them, so if you're trying to compare them, it's kind of apples to oranges.
Now
Yeah, I'm not kicking it out of bed by any means. It's fucking dope.
This
I want
is
to buy
a
some for the
point of
store.
irritant. Watching Reddit now, the Reddit crowd is weighing their cans, and like that's the thing that's trending now. And it's like, did y'all just run out of shit to talk about at this point? Like, they were posting pictures of the different weights, and yes, additive manufacturing will vary in weight. It depends on the build time. There's a ton of factors that go into it versus CNCing a can and welding it. But I see that, and I want to tell these guys, like, my can's too heavy. Cool. You get a 20-round mag. That will save you 5 ounces. Like, do you want the thing that's a pressure vessel that could explode in your face, or do you want more durable, well-built can? And unfortunately, you got the crowd now that's like, oh, it glows under my nods. Well, thicker can is going to glow less.
Yeah, can't have everything. Yeah.
There's no free lunch with suppressors. So, and like we're talking about too, with sound performance to back pressure. One tick of the needle too far towards low back pressure
This is later.
will kill the entire suppressor.
It's
Like,
this.
it'll
It's
kill
this
sound.
rail. It's the rail and the upper and the lower. The upper and the lower is billet. It's billet upper, billet lower, and that rail, and it makes it a little heavy. But there's got to be a purpose behind it.
So it is a completely free floating barrel that is with that dual taper and everything on it. And I'm talking to Brand X about that. They were telling me that less heat transfer to the handguard.
No, it's fucking dope. I'll buy some.
There you go.
I'll call them tomorrow. These are nice. These are nice rifles. Like and like what you're talking about is it's how the gun industry survives.
Mhm.
It's not that my ears to the grindstone. It's that I fucking have immense fear of going out of business and shit. You know, like you've got to constantly try to figure out what the new things are.
Right.
And that's why you make the fucking yearly pilgrimage to SHOT Show and deal with all that shit.
Yep.
People say, "Oh, you can just find it on Instagram." You can't. You got to go and see and look and try to get better at your craft.
The most disappointing is like you're watching on Instagram or you're watching on social media, like, man, this thing's gonna be great. And then you pick it up and you're like, man, this thing is a piece of junk.
But that's neat.
Yeah.
And so what about the next rifle is PWS?
PWS, Primary Weapon System. They've obviously been around in the game for
Forever.
A while. Yep. One of the most slept on brands. And sorry, PWS, I'm throwing you guys under the bus. To me, they are like a battleship in the harbor with its rudder broken, just kind of spinning around. They are one of the best out-of-the-box suppressible rifles. Comes with a built-in gas block, so it is a long-stroke gas piston system. Done, obviously like the AK, same gas operating system, so less blowback because there's no coming out the ejection port direct impingement blowback.
On it.
Bingo. And they actually make their own Plan B, make their own adapters, do everything, integrated adjustable gas block. They did this as a 1-of-1. So this is their Kodiak coloring scheme and everything. And I got them to do it in their Mod 2. Mod 2 is their slick side without having any sort of forward assist, which I am not a forward assist fan. That's not the way Eugene Stoner designed it. And it is, do you want to jam further?
I
in
do.
there? Yeah.
I love
it's
forward
not going in.
I'm doing forward
Let's
assist
just
all the
jam
way.
it further, harder in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Clear the jam first. How about that? And then
Now
talk
get
to
it
me.
running.
Did you know the Air Force did not run forward assist until after Desert Storm? So they refused to take forward assist M16s. It was the Army picked it up, and the Marine Corps basically has to do whatever the Army says on weapon system like that. But Air Force is like, nah, we got our own budget. We're just going by the slick sides.
But my press check.
Fair enough.
My
fair
press check.
enough. Press
Omar,
check.
didn't you say it was the Eugene Stoner's perfect creation?
Mhm.
I mean,
Eugene
That-
Stoner
that's
hated that.
your quote from you.
He fought it.
The charging handle's not in the carry handle anymore either. There's some things we can,
Okay, yeah, you do have a point there. That charging handle used to be up here underneath that handguard or whatever it was. But very cool rifle. So they do a unique barrel length. They do 11.85 inch, and so not 11.5. So I guess this is a genderless, trying to figure out who it is, but close enough to 11.5 that it can identify for that bathroom.
It's a they them.
There you go.
It's a they them rifle, genderless.
Right,
Say close enough.
right. But PWS is some great people to work with. I mean, they're salt of the earth Ohio people.
Where did you meet them at? Where they just
I don't know. It's been over the years. Like I've just had contact with them over the
Okay.
years. And they, again, great company to work with and do business with. Their customer service is great. We tricked this one out again with a Driven Arms Co. grip. Changed out that.
Oh, yeah, talk about them for a second. Driven Arms Co. Who the fuck are they?
Driven Arms Co. grip company. And Eric, I apologize. I'm going to flag you. They have some very good ergonomic style grips. Just one of those that it kind of blends your vertical grip versus your original traditional mil-spec grips. I threw one of these on my HK MR556A4. Obviously a front heavy gun, but I was just like, man, I can fully extend, like it just lines up perfectly. It just felt perfectly balanced. But I became a fan after that and flipped out, the traditional Magpul grip for that. Threw in a nice little Lancer in here as well to match this color scheme.
Omar, are you aware of that grip company?
No, that's the first time I've felt one, and this is very nice. I did see one on a cool rifle, and I was wondering what it was. It's the first time I've got to actually handle it. Very nice.
My personal favorite is their utility full size. So it's a thinner, doesn't have the palm swell like that one does, but it's, same kind of middle of the ground. I think it's a 10.5 angle. I think it might, and I could be wrong. Sorry, Driven Arms, if I got that wrong, but
Very comfortable.
just a
Very-
easy.
And that rifle is going to be the August giveaway.
The shape of it reminds me of like the Sig Rattler grip if it wasn't retarded. Pretty nice.
About that.
And that's a
Pissing
one of
off
one
companies.
rifle?
That's one of one.
Yep.
So that is not
That's
in
cool.
existence, not out there. They did the cool multicolor and the Mod 2 and everything. I'm trying to get it to make it one of two because I want one. And PWS was actually the first nice rifle I ever bought myself.
Yeah.
As a kid. So there's a little bit of, sentimental value to that. But shooting the long stroke, and I know you don't like long or short stroke or any of the strokes, I guess. So you were dogging on it. It's a terrible golf game for this guy over here. He just will not stroke it. So. That's again kind of going back to my whole thing that I always talk about with cans. Like you can tune a rifle to a can, but you can't make a can quieter. Well, having this straight out of the box adjustable gas block and already mitigating any sort of blowback.
Mhm.
So PWS is one of the best out of the box suppressible rifles. And they do a lot of their stuff that is little nuanced things that nobody would notice. They ream the inside of the buffer tube and have a different coating on the inside of the buffer tube. So you don't have that spring scrape. You know, when you hear that flat wire spring in there just going,
Yeah.
y'all just heard my accent on wire. Did y'all hear that? But you hear that scrape noise and everything. You're like, man, this sounds
That scrape nose.
right. But that's one that I actually changed out my buffer tubes on a couple of my rifles to have their kind of dimpled buffer tube on there. And it's little nuanced things like that, hey, that's your attention to detail. That's pretty cool that y'all did all this probably with the foresight of 2 or 3 years ago of suppressors and be able to build them this way.
They came by not too long ago, and I told them no. Well, like their rep came by, and I've known who PWS is for years. They've been like the premier rifle company, but like just not a lot of people come in and ask for them.
That goes back to marketing.
Yeah, it goes back to and I didn't, but I mean, now that I see it, I'm like, ooh, I can do something with that.
Yeah, it's a nice looking rifle.
It's almost like it's almost like we should get rid of like a ton of the rifles that we have on our wall and just change out to better stuff. Like why not have like a part of the shop with those and get rid of the fucking shit that's on the wall now.
Almost have your innovation corner or your, hey, we're doing this rifle for a month or whatever and see what sticks, I guess.
Well, I mean, like it's, you know, you probably did a really good service for these companies because most likely I'll call them and say, hey, you know, let's get some of your rifles in here, and in case people want to buy them, like what happened today. But it's a good thing for me because you brought in companies where, like, you know, I can look at them and say, oh, these are fucking pretty cool. I've never knew who Project X is over there. What's it? What are they called?
Brand X.
Brand X. But I mean,
getting branded with an X. Like
but I mean, like I like the innovation behind the Brand X gun. I like that rail. At least they thought about it. They tried something different, like that. The forward assist, how there's texture on it. There's texture on the rail over there. They have that grip tape. That grip tape is really fucking cool.
Right.
And like maybe I think that you know the firearms industry always needs more of that. So why not just get rid of fucking blah, you know?
And that goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Whose job is it to sell the product? Is it the manufacturer's or is it the retailer?
I think it's the manufacturer's job to get their name into the prospective buyer's head.
I'll give you that.
And it's my job to get them in here and then close the sale.
Right.
But it's not my job to it's not my job to explain to people who legacy company number 2 is. They should already know that.
No, I think I would, qualify that a little bit. It's the manufacturer's job to fill the need, create the value, let the people know that solution is there. And then it's y'all's job to let people know you have it and then facilitate them. So coming in the store, buying it. Hey, we got these products, new great products. So y'all do a phenomenal job of that and educating consumers too. Anytime I'll come in here and watch y'all go through the process of like, hey, you don't need a point man 9 for your 22 pistol. Like, sorry, sir, that's not going to work. Like teaching people and helping the customer through that process of finally like clicking it over to, all right, yes, I'm going to make the purchase. So just different phases of the sales funnel on that. And I know I'm kind of dogging on one of my favorite brands, PWS, but they're just very, I won't say quiet people, but like they're the good Idaho people. Like you don't ever hear stealth additives.
Oh, they're from Idaho.
Yep. There's a little hotbed in Idaho.
Yeah.
In that little valley of just all these manufacturers like Genesis, I think Agency Arms,
JK,
Stealth Additives. So they are very, I don't know
what is it the Mormon Enclave that's over there?
I wasn't going to say it. I was about to. Say
it's the Mormon Enclave in that part of Idaho.
Separatists, maybe, I don't know, but
separatists.
They just sit there and make their stuff, and they're just happy. And you don't hear them trying to fight Huxworks or anything like that. They do a great job. They do a great product, and their product speaks for itself.
The rep's name is Tom. I'll call him tomorrow. He was really fucking beat up. I said, why am I going to bring PWS in and compete with fucking Sons of Liberty? Well, that's a good looking rifle.
just different platforms, different use
Omar,
cases.
would you entertain that rifle
Would you give
with
it a
it-
stroke?
because
A
it's a
long
stroke?
stroke,
Like
a long
would you?
stroke.
Because you notoriously do not advocate piston rifles,
I do not know.
or do you know, or do you notoriously not advocate certain piston rifles?
That is a closer thing to it. If your choice is between a piston gun or a DI gun, for 99.9% of people, I recommend you just get a DI gun. At the end of the day, it comes down to simplicity, weight, how common the parts are, etc. I just don't think most people need the positives of a piston, or in my opinion, it's not worth the downsides of the piston. I feel like there's a lot of myths that get proliferated about, like, it's easier to clean a piston rifle, and it's absolutely not.
Nope.
If you actually go in to clean it, they're not very simple.
We're cleaning rifles.
I mean, yeah. But when done right, they're great. I just think a lot of people try to cheat the piston system, where they try to give you the piston system without the downsides of the piston system, and that's where I have a problem. PWS is, like, outside of HK, I feel like the premier, like, piston AR. And
Yeah, I'd like to give that rifle a go.
yeah.
What would you say the downsides are
Yeah, I wanted to
to-
ask that too.
to a piston?
Added weight, added complexity. Usually what it comes down to, I feel like most people that move away from pistons do it for those reasons.
Now, is that based on a short stroke piston versus the long stroke piston? Because I don't know of any other company that does a long stroke gas
That's fair.
piston system other than PWS.
That is fair. I have not tried this rifle. It's more of a general experience with other rifles I have not had great experiences with that advertise piston without the downsides of piston, or, like, anyways, I won't get
But
too
you
far into it.
really haven't given an LWRC a go, and you have never given one of those a go. I'd like to see, like, your thoughts on that, like running that hard with some kind of can and seeing, like, maybe even adjusting the gas, getting, like, fucking with it and tuning it first, and then taking it out and seeing what it's like.
Could do that. I do want to issue a small correction. I mixed up PCSL with the tactical games. You do not shoot at 700 yards in PCSL. That's a tactical games thing.
They're punching out to 600 yards now. We actually sponsored 2 girls in tactical games.
Oh, imagine that.
I know, right?
Imagine that.
One could outbench me. She is a beast. I love her. O-Dog. Go Olivia. The other one's married, so nice. Keep it respectful. They're hitting 600 now on a lot of their events. And
So for those, yeah, you want a rifle with an LPV, I think.
Pass me that real quick.
But anyways, for piston guns, a lot of it comes down to cost for me. Whenever I look at a new gun, I always look at, like, what are you getting for the cost? I feel like people spend more on the rifle than they need to for their needs. But then again, I have not tried a long stroke.
So where is the price point for good ARs going now? I mean, is a $1,000 AR?
It's
still-
everywhere.
I think the baseline is still BCM. If you're charging more than that 1,200-1,300 that they charge for a complete rifle, you gotta have a justification for it. In my opinion, BCM is the gold standard of, like, a price to performance rifle. It's a simple life to go BCM. You know, you're never gonna have any issues with it. It's gonna do everything you ever need it to do. If you're ever spending more than that, I feel like you've got to be able to point out a specific reason of, like, this is why we're charging more. That can be, you know, better barrels, better handguard lockup, better whatever. But as long as you can point to something.
Fair enough. Will's on the computer now. I think he's already placing an order for some PWSs. But I mean, case in point, I hate putting M-lock stuff. I hate putting the little pick rails on top of my M-lock handguards. Like, why did I put an extra, have to buy another part, have to screw it in? Now that's a point of failure that could potentially break off. Hasn't happened yet, but it could. They build it in. And they're not turning this into a giant quad rail. But they are able to put these little features and things like that in there. So, you know, the innovation, making a good rifle just out of the box. And I don't have to go and customize and spend more stuff on it, my time to.
I like the ambi controls on it a lot too.
So
Sorry. Go ahead.
BCMs are not $1,200.
How much are they?
They're like 2,000.
I'm thinking of combining an upper with a cheap lower.
Correct.
For the longest time, as when I entered the firearms industry, the default answer for an AR was buy a BCM upper, put it on an arrow lower. That gets you to about
Yeah.
$1,300.
See, that's my. I mean, I would love to carry BCM and try to profit by their guns. I've carried their guns in the past and I've sold their guns. What I have found with BCMs is they're usually pretty heavy. And although Evan says it'll work out, have some test. Most people, that's not good, and that's just what I remember from BCMs. I also like but the cost on a BCM is 15 something.
Yeah, nobody really carries complete BCM rifles. Pretty much everybody carries uppers, and then they just tell you to buy a cheap lower with it.
Yeah, so that's not a good solution for a gun shop.
I think if you could carry BCM uppers, and then most people will already have an AR lower that they can pop one onto.
I'd rather see BCM like help dealers.
Who's
Like, I'd
responsible
like-
for the warranty repair in that situation. So you bust up the bolt carrier group, or you have trigger drag or something like that. Is it the lower? Is it the upper? Would BCM say, hey, even though you had a shitty lower in here and tore up our bolt carrier group?
Yeah, are they gonna warranty it?
I haven't had to warranty my BCM yet. I guess I will find out.
So what I'm saying is like the go-to answer like for ARs, or like you just said, like, oh, like a BCM for 1,200. Reality, BCMs are like fucking 18.
Well, you
Like-
can buy their uppers for like $850.
But no, you can't, like, if you are an internet sleuth, you can go find or more educated than average person can internet ninja and go find a BCM upper for $800, and then go find a BCM complete lower from Primary Arms or somewhere, and then try to put an AR together, and then you have problems with warranty, because that is the warranty. So like that's, to me, like as an entrepreneur, that's not a good fix for me. I'd rather have like a relationship with BCM, making rifles specifically for our needs. Can you give me a complete fucking rifle that's $1,000, and then I can sell it for 12. That's a solution which does not exist, at least from I've seen. Like I've never been able to buy BCMs. Like you always hear it, oh, it's like $1,200. It's not. And the problem, what happens is people come in and they want to spend $1,200 on the 14.5 BCM recce. And you're like, it's not $1,200, dude. It's like 16 at least. The cost is 15 too. And then 15 too, if you spend 1,500, normally as a dealer, you're going to make at least $200, but you end up making 100. Then it's just not it's not a good business decision to carry them. But I'd love to, because it's everybody's go-to is BCM. All right, then where are these rifles that I can buy and sell to these people?
Where I was going with all this was kind of a long roundabout way. That I'm watching the internet comments, people talking about the Mark I and Sons of Liberty and everything. How can you justify this price? And I go and look at a Mark I price, and then I go look at most other rifle companies. I'm like, that's pretty in line with a good high tier, high quality brand rifle. So what's this exorbitant price that they keep harping on? And what is this?
See, I think everybody's perception of the rifle prices are the Black Friday rifle price, where you have to fucking camp the website, and then you get a fucking Geisley for 22.
The blim sale, the once monthly blim sales,
or something. But like, because people come in and some, like, you try to sell Geisleys and you want like 25, for a good Geisley, for like the fucking hard to find color, like the color. What's the color that everybody wants? It's called OCD or some shit. DDE, but it's the one that it looks like it's like 3 shades of FDE anodized. Right. So that's the one. And like, I can't get those. And if I get one, I'm like, fuck. And I really want to charge $3 for it, because it's such a hard to find rifle. Like, and then people come in 22. I want to pay 22. Like, fuck, dude. And it's just impossible to find. So there's like a disconnect between people's perception of how much things cost, and then there's the reality of doing business and how hard something is to find, et cetera, et cetera. So, but I have found the rifle market to be all over the fucking place. There's people that want to buy fucking $399 ARs. There's people that want to buy Mark I's. There's people that want to buy 1200s. But still, there's definitely a big Like, I'd love to have the BCM fucking $1,200. Maybe I should just start buying uppers.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Their uppers are like consistently about $800, and I don't think you can beat that.
Hold on.
Googling this one.
I'm gonna go look.
I was having this conversation with somebody in the comment section, and they were talking about, well, why is this Sons of Liberty so expensive? Why is this? Like, first off, recouping R&D cost. Sons of Liberty didn't just magically shit out the Mark I. There was a lot of time, effort, iterations, revisions over and over again that at some point you as a manufacturer do have to recoup that. But it's all the little features that most people never see or appreciate that add up over time. So like their graphene coating on their titanium barrel nut, doing different ways. The fact that they have the, the dust cover pin configured in a different way that it can be taken out without, I'm blanking on it, but if you look at it, it's a different style.
Yeah, I did it. You can remove your dust cover without taking off your handguard out the back.
Bingo.
Like,
so having to come up with a completely different upper in the process.
That's something that I have to, because I still have people messaging me about it, being like, calling it the scam and whatnot. And the one thing I find super funny is they always point out, like, I would just get a Geisley, which Geisleys are amazing rifles. But I feel like they underestimate the cost of a Geisley and overestimate the cost of the Suns, because like MSRP on a Mark I is like $28.99. MSRP on a Geisley is like $26. So you're looking at like a $200 to $300 difference in MSRP. Now I'm not talking street price because that varies place to place, but MSRP to MSRP for $300, I can just name the laser engraving on the handguard that takes like 6 hours to do per handguard, plus the continuous top rail with the cable routing and the chamfering that's done so it doesn't cut your cables. Like that alone I'm not saying justifies the prices and you need to spend that money or you're going to get killed on the streets or anything, but that's where the extra money is.
Right.
It's not the same rifle for more money. You are getting features. Whether or not those features are worth the price jump for you is completely up to you. That it's not going to be the case for most people. Most people will probably not care to spend an extra $300 on cable routing or whatever, or laser engraving on the handguard, but that is why the price difference exists. It's not just arbitrary.
And just an anecdotal story, had a mutual friend, he said, hey, I had an issue with my Mark I. Well, I just DM Sons of Liberty at like 11 o'clock at night, and Mike responds. And so we started talking about it at 11 o'clock at night, and he goes, hold on. Pulls up the video footage from the closed circuit that watches the one dude that QCs every single Mark I that goes through. And he goes, here's where we QC'd it. Here's where we checked it, this, and this. I think it's this problem. I think this is what he's having happen. And then I just DM'd back my friend. He's like, oh, yeah, all right, cool, we're on it. The fact that took place at 11 o'clock at night, but also that they're paying one person that's sole source responsibility for the QC. So there's nobody else to diffuse blame to. That costs money.
I think the market dictates the price.
What did you find out about the BCM?
So you cannot buy, if you're a gun dealer, you cannot buy BCM complete lowers.
Uppers?
You cannot buy BCM complete uppers. You can buy BCM complete uppers from BCM. You cannot buy BCM complete lowers from BCM. You can buy them from Primary Arms. So if I want to have, see, that's not like easy for us. Like that kind of like I hate that shit.
Yeah, jumping all over.
Well, I mean, I just hate that. Like, so I respect that BCM has this great name. I respect that, and I respect that a lot of people run them, and I respect that it's a effective way to get somebody a good working rifle. I respect that. What is painful is I don't have the logistical supply lines to get that product to feed my family and to arm the citizens. Like I have to, like there's certain companies that have it and they have a monopoly on it. Whether it's BCM selling their own uppers or Primary Arms selling the lowers. Like that kind of shit it makes it hard for people like me. It makes it hard for independent gun dealers. Like, but now I've got it in my fucking head. I'm going to call them tomorrow and say, fucking give me your goddamn uppers and give me your lowers. Like
or the 20 emails that you're going to get of, when are you going to be back in stock?
Yeah.
If I can't supply it, it takes time and effort to update the website. And then you have pissed off customers because you're never in stock.
But the price is $1,400, not $1,200. $529 for a complete lower. 900 tops for complete upper.
Yeah, I don't think you need their lower. I don't think there's anything special about their lower. It's just a well-built mil spec, but you can substitute that for anything. Like I said, the way I'm looking at it is most people coming in will already have a rifle. The way I see it is the general, like, from my perspective, I don't want to say average, but like I'm thinking of a Shark Coast customer who came in and started their firearms journey by buying like a Calta combo or something.
Sure.
And for what is it, $7.99? What do we charge for them? Something like that.
Yeah.
For a Calta combo, they got that AR and maybe.
But you've ran that gun.
Oh yeah.
You've run that gun into the dust, and it performed admirably. Correct.
Yeah, they work. Maybe they want a slight upgrade. Maybe they finally shot it out if they're, an insane shooter, or maybe they just want to try a different barrel length or a different configuration or whatever. Maybe they bought a 16, they want to go down to 11.5 or whatever. It's very easy for that person to buy an upper for $800, throw it on the same lower that they've got, and have a perfectly good functioning rifle that'll do whatever they need it to. I feel like, and I'm not saying every person should buy a BCM. I'm just saying like that's the easy answer to give. If somebody comes up to you and says, I want to buy a car, it's obviously I would prefer to sit there and, go through every single thing that they need and find the perfect thing for them. But if there's no time for that or just want a simple answer, you just say Honda Civic. That's what I see the BCM as. You just tell them BCM. Somebody wants to buy a handgun, you just tell them buy a Glock.
Yeah, but like,
it's a simple life.
But I'm the Honda dealer and I can't get the Honda Civics. that's fucking irritating. I don't like that. Like,
yeah.
Like it's racist. It's racist. Like I want to I'll call those fuckers tomorrow and say, hey, set me up, because I'm tired of hearing it. Like people like, I want a BCM or like, and it just if we could buy them, it'd be simple, but you can't. And then and then what also sucks is too when they're hard to find, like the ones that people want. Like I think before it was the Recce. Were they the first people who came out 14.5?
No.
Well, I remember when the BCM 14.5 came out, and then you had every dork coming in looking for the BCM 14.5. And then and if you got one, because everything was allocated, if you get one, then it was a thing to have on your wall. And then the person wants it at a discounted price because they think it's $1,200. It's yeah. And it's really, the cost isn't 12, it's really 14 plus. Yeah,
I'll own up to it. I've never looked up the actual complete rifle price. I've never, like I said, I've never seen a complete BCM build in the wild. It's almost always, for as far as I've been in it, it's always been buy their upper, buy an arrow lower. Now that arrow's gone, it's buy whatever lower you like or already have. And then
there's a BCM right there.
I know. It's been there for years.
Keymod
game.
They still like, that's still one of the guns you can buy from distribution is the BCM with the Keymod, with the chemo.
But you can't buy the M-Lock.
No.
Interesting. I wonder what.
Yeah, why is that?
That's very interesting.
Because that's fucking the complexities of the gun business. It's not as easy as people think it is. It's not, you just can't say, hey, give me 20 BCMs in a couple different colors at fucking $1,000 cost so I can sell it for 12.
I'm leaning more into like the simple life, the easy answers. Like if somebody asks me for something, I want to give them the answer that's not. I used to be like a super autistic, like, all right, tell me about what engagement distances you plan on taking, what humidity are you shooting at, all this stuff. Now I just want to give an answer. Because realistically, if the person's getting into it, they don't know the answers to those questions. They just need something to get them started on their journey. For those people, I want to just give them an answer that's going to have the least amount of issues for them so they can figure out the answers themselves. That's why I tell you, buy a Glock. That's not because the Glock is the albeit, what's it called? End-all be-all gun, even though I think it is. It's not. It's just because I know if you buy a Glock, you're not going to have any gun-related issues. It's all going to be you-related issues that you can figure out and work on. It's a lot easier. There's nothing helping you out. There's nothing cheating you. If your actual goal is to become a better shooter, you can buy a cheat gun that's very expensive and it'll make up for a lot of the inconsistencies you have in the moment, but it's not actually making you a better shooter. If anything, it's making you a worse shooter because you're building, training scars. If you start off on a Staccato XC and that's the first gun you're shooting on, it'll be amazing. You'll be able to hit whatever you want. You really don't have to apply much fundamentals into the gun. But are you really getting better if that's the only gun you can really shoot with? With rifles, this just goes into, before getting into all the features, because likely you don't know what features you're looking for. Start off with something that's just going to work for you every time. It's not going to give you anything flashy, nothing new, but it's going to give you a rifle that works every time. It's not going to give you any gun-related issues. It'll help you find what issues you have. You either need to train out or potentially supplement with a product. Like maybe you just really want a bad lever, and you know.
So who would be your second choice behind the BCM? Who would be BCM's competitor for this general purpose?
I mean, I'm a huge Sons of Liberty shill. I still think their EXO is a phenomenal starting rifle.
We can't get people to buy them.
It's
The
my
XO3.
favorite. It is hands down my favorite of the Sons of Liberty offerings.
Yeah.
It's the most balanced, lightest weight. I like it the best, and run it with the LE 556. Law enforcement has been eating that one up.
Exos 3 is great. Like, the only real thing you can pull away from it is that it doesn't have the fancy handguards of the L89s or the Mark 1s. But if you're just starting off, you probably don't have nods. You probably don't need your handguard to hold 0 on an IR device. And it's an easy upgrade later on if need be. It's a great starting rifle. It's a little bit more of a premium cost than other like starting rifles, because like I said, you can buy a Calta combo for $7.99 and that'll probably do your range shooting needs. But I'm talking about like a serious person that wants to do this and actually really get into it, really get better. Either a BCM or the entry-level Sons of Liberty guns, you're never going to have any issues with them. Any issues you have are going to be covered. I'm mainly looking for the gun shouldn't give you trouble, especially if it's your first one, because that's the easiest way to turn somebody off, is you give them like a super fancy race gun that's finicky on ammo. If that's what they start off on and they're having jams and they don't know why, because they don't know the difference between this ammo versus this ammo, they're just trying to shoot, I feel like that turns people off to the sport.
What if we made the Omar?
I've been saying that.
Oh.
When we were at SHOT Show, I told you, buy these XO3s, put Holosun arrows
No,
on
no,
it,
no, no,
swing
no, no,
lights.
not with their stuff. With our stuff.
Is it going to be flat dark earth?
I mean, if Omar wants it, flat darker.
No flat dark earth?
It doesn't blend into a lot in Florida.
No, thank you. You got the joke.
Oh.
Brown lightning. We make a FDE.
Mud brown.
Daniel Defense Brown. There we go.
What if you built so because we do sell an obscene amount of rifles on the market, but what if you build take our rifle and then put the stock you want on it, put the within reason, don't fucking find some $500 stock or some $500 grip, or the grip that you want on it, the stock that you want on it, the trigger that you want on it.
What is Omar's general purpose rifle?
Yeah, why don't you make a general purpose rifle for the shop, and that's our brand.
Can I give something a little spicy take? I might be taken wrong.
Sure.
If it's a starter rifle that you're trying to cut margins on and try to spend as little as possible on performance, furniture is the last thing I would touch. In my opinion, what matters about the rifle you buy, especially if it's your first one, is the bolt carrier that it comes with, the barrel it comes with, and potentially the handguard. Everything else can be changed out to your own preference.
Okay.
But either way.
Well, what if we did the parts that you like what if we did such and such OEM parts, and then and you were okay, this is our rifle.
If you want, I will put my favorite stock and my favorite furniture and pistol grip and stuff, but I genuinely think the best thing to do for a starter rifle, no, the best thing to do with a starter rifle is give them the fucking waffle stock and an A2. Let them pick out their own stuff, because that.
This is the Omar. This is the Omar.
All right, if it's the Omar, then yeah, I'll put a B5 Bravo and a BCM Gunfighter on there. That's my favorites. But if I'm looking for the perfect product on the market to be a starter rifle, I would much rather it has a $15 more expensive bolt carrier in there than it has $15 of furniture. Because again, this goes into another thing that I can ramble off about. You probably don't want me to, but I've mentioned it before. I'm a huge I'm very much against the whole idea of do whatever works for you being a negative thing to the gun industry. Furniture is the one thing where that doesn't apply. Furniture, it doesn't give you any performance benefit. It's just personal preference. But that doesn't apply to the rest of the gun stuff.
I thought the stock does, and so does the sling.
Sling is, yeah. When I say furniture, I mean like what pistol grip you like, that's up to you. I don't think that really changes anything. What stock you like, I don't think that really changes much either. Whether it's a BCM or a B5 or a
I thought you want
Magpul.
less slop as possible.
It depends. Some people like cheek weld, some people don't. Like I know a lot of people that run B5 SOP mods because they love the battery compartments and that giant cheek weld. I personally like the Bravo. B5 is too bulky for me. I'm a big B5 Bravo guy. But then again, there's people that hate the B5 Bravo because it's got a straight back on the stock. People like the little angle that the Magpul ones have. So a lot of people will go for like CTRs or SLKs for that little angle. Like there's a lot more personality that goes into your furniture choice. And that's the one thing where I usually try to not touch. But I'll definitely be down to build. I want the Omar rifle to be the best starter rifle for the money. Like, again, a rifle with money put into the components that matter and nothing else. Everything else, leave it up to you to upgrade. Like, I want a mil-spec charging handle, waffle stock, A2 pistol grip, good bolt carrier, good barrel, and then a good handguard if possible. And then the rest is, you know, up to you. And I'll probably
green. You want it green.
I like green.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so don't take this the wrong way, but like a waffle stock and a grip and an A2 grip, not a good selling point.
I'm sure. Again,
Like,
I'm not,
and it's going to take too much time. It takes too much time, and people aren't always listening. Like, you're like, all right, look, I want you to pick out your own stock, which means I want you to buy more money. I want you to spend more money when you leave here. Like, it's like people want.
Tell me what's best.
Yeah.
Especially for
that.
a starter.
Especially
They
for a
don't-
starter.
They don't know.
Here you go.
Here you
Have
go.
fun.
And what suppressor are we going to put on this Omar rifle?
that's a great question. I don't think it's a good idea to sell it with a suppressor. I would sell it with a Plan B mount, though.
I would agree with that.
What the reason I'm saying this is because I've seen too many companies. I'm not going to name any of them, but there's hundreds of them where they have their entry level rifle that's super cheap, and then they have like a premium version of that rifle that's more expensive, but all they've done is upgrade furniture. Like they've still kept the same entry level bolt carrier, entry level barrel, but this rifle that's $500 more gives you a pistol grip, a stock, a charging handle. I feel like I would much rather put $500 into better like components that matter than into furniture. I don't like the idea of a premium rifle where it's just your entry rifle with better furniture. I don't like that.
What do you like, Luke?
I like AKs. No,
AKs are coming back.
they are.
I heard. Yeah, well, I heard the rumor that there's a whole bunch of really inexpensive 7.62x39 coming.
Nice.
Like
Well, they changed that law.
containers and containers of it.
They changed that law, though. They can now import from the Eastern Bloc countries besides Russia. So hopefully we get some
So
more.
it can be Russian manufactured,
Yeah.
drop shipped from.
Now, a friend of mine has a connect where he's got Turkish 7.62x39 brass coming in, and it's priced at from the container at steel prices.
Not bad.
That'll be cool.
That
Need
would
me
be
to go
cool.
and grab that one from a parking lot as well.
Sure, absolutely.
Remember that video?
That's the greatest video you guys ever made.
No, but I have a question for Evan.
Mhm.
So you were saying that a lot of you see the future of like two-stamp guns coming with suppressors. Do you see like, this is maybe a dumb idea, but like making suppressors for like each, like a specific gun, like this gun runs best on a 14.5 DI gun, or making one for a 14.5, long stroke? Would that be possible, or is that too much? Is that
That was the intent originally with Exigent.
okay?
Caliber specific, platform specific, and optimized for what it was you're going to be running.
Right.
So barrel length obviously plays a difference in
Yep.
pressures, powder burn, everything else. AK versus
Right.
anything else, or an AR that's 7.62x39. It becomes unwieldy real
Yeah,
fast.
I can
you will
imagine.
always be out of stock of whatever it is they want in that moment.
Yep.
And then they want it in flat dark earth, or then they want it in raw, and
Yep.
you're constantly chasing your tail. And some of the other innovative companies have started kind of going down that rabbit hole,
Mm-hmm.
but I think you can let that get away from you real quick. The customer is not forgiving. and they
Mhm.
will let you know in the comment section.
Yeah.
There's been out of stock of this. When's this going to happen?
Right.
When's this going to happen? And there's also the hesitancy with consumers of, hey, when's this coming out? I'm not going to buy till this comes out.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, but it may not come out for a year. Like there
Mhm.
might be a
And
problem.
I'm waiting a year.
Exactly.
My wife will be happy.
Exactly.
So the third rifle is it's called, isn't it? It wasn't a Mark One.
Model one.
Mod One. The Mod One from Radian.
You think all these companies got together and they were like, we're gonna name our top tier rifle the One?
I think it means something. Like there's military connotation to it.
I
got
really
the
want
Mark
you to
One, you
make
got
a
the
Mark
next
One,
one.
like an MARK space ONE. So it's the Mark One.
Yes.
All right, before I hand this off to you, coolest thing about Radian guns, you can lock the bolt back. You can lock the bolt back with your magazine release, and that's really cool. I found that out earlier. You just hit your mag release in, and it stays.
So I'm going to let you talk about the Radian because that's one that was always kind of outside for me. They are very bespoke. They make, I think they make them to order, but they are a very high-end brand, but not that bad of a cost comparatively to everything else. But we're all familiar with the Radian charging handle. We're all familiar with the Radian ambi safety.
Mhm.
And I was kind of like, oh shit, they even make rifles too. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. They're very premium rifles. Again, I think the ambi system on them is like very well thought out because like that's so cool.
Mhm.
Being able to just lock that back like that, especially for like malfunction clearing.
But you have the forward assist for that, right?
This one, believe it or not, has one.
There you go.
Even Mr. Whatever this is, that
10.5 Mark 1, I guess. And
Mod One.
Mod 1.
Mod 1.
How did you get them to send you that?
Just
It's
reached out.
a $3,000 rifle
They're just
without
cool.
the can.
They were cool to work with. Talked to their guys over there for a little bit. It's like, hey, we make cans. You want to send some cans? And they're like, yeah, we want to run your cans. We've been hearing a lot of great things about them. And kicked over a rifle. Also, too, did replace this with Reardon Manufacturing Plan B, Atlas Adapter, FHD. But, having the scallop similar to the,
Mhm.
God, I'm going to fuck this up. Mark 1,
One,
Mod
yep.
1, which also, that's the Mod 2, by the way.
Oh, that's
Just
great.
FYI, just throwing that out there. So we're throwing all these mods. But the Radian has a lot of the similar features to the Suns. I was very impressed, again, by the lockup of this. Just no movement, no wiggle, no slop, very tight tolerances on it. A little point of contention, too. I'm going to point this out because we have 3 different guns. See that deflector right there?
Mm-hmm.
Does that look like a normal deflector to you?
No, it's a little flaccid.
So when the internet goes, 4 o'clock ejection, it's overgassed, the angle of the deflector plays a factor into where the brass is throwing. Don't gauge a can by the way it shows up on an internet YouTube video by where it's throwing the brass. There is nothing in anything from Eugene Stoner, nothing from Armalite, nothing from Sammy that talks about a 4 o'clock ejection being the ideal ejection. It's something that got made up on the internet forums back in the early 2000s, and it just became internet lore, and we point to that. So the fact that we have a different ejection or a different deflector here, different on the Mod 2 from PWS, different on the Brand X as well, changes your ejection pattern. It may be a perfectly well-tuned, well-gassed gun, but we can only go off of what we see on a YouTube video, so the comment section will blow up saying, oh, it's overgassed or whatever it is. There's so many things that play into a factor with that, and also spring tension in the magazine. If you notice that all of a sudden rounds start going forward on a full auto shot, that's the spring tension reducing on the magazine as it loses a number of rounds. It's easier to strip them, and so it's easier for the bolt to move faster that way. And now you know. And, yeah.
I think Radian is another company that's kind of, you don't get a lot of support selling their rifles. You know what I mean?
I've never sold one. That's the first time I've ever
We've
held one.
carried Radians for years, and for a couple years ago when this thing first came out, they were red hot, and you would sell every one of them, and then they died because they came out with the Ramjet.
So what do you think the life cycle is on a hot new rifle? 2 years, a year, 18 months?
I don't think the average citizen is going to blow the barrel out of any gun.
Definitely not out of an HK. Let me rephrase that. The product demand life cycle. So how long does a rifle stay hot in the market for?
Oh, okay.
So when the Omar gets released, how long before you have to retire that one?
It depends on the strategy their strategy and what you maintain. Like if you keep sending the rifles to people that'll try them and produce content, well, first off, the rifle has to work. Product has to work. The rifle has to work. If you keep sending the rifles to the content makers will make content with your rifle because they need stuff to make content with. If everything performs and you keep doing it and you keep riding it, then it'll stay indefinitely.
Well, to your point too, BCM has been steady. I mean, even when I was young, I remember BCM was like, "Oh, this is a go-to."
Yeah, it's a separate type of rifle. It's the opposite of that thing. That is as flashy as a rifle realistically gets. It's got every feature you could want, like ambi controls, super tight lockup, no movement between the upper and the lower. Every single furniture piece or charging handle, their safety has been upgraded, trigger's been upgraded. Like that's as flashy as it gets. BCM's the complete opposite. It's just.
Can anyone remember their name before they became Radian?
No.
Oh yeah, they changed their name.
I got
No, I
nothing.
don't remember.
Yeah,
But
Talon? No, that's one of their models.
That's the safety.
That's right.
do you guys think that oversaturation has an issue with it? Because like you think about like Knights, LMT. I'm sure there's some more I'm not thinking of. Like those always have like a crazy like cult following almost. Like will sell immediately. But like some of the I feel like some of the companies, like once we get oversaturated with them, maybe the demand's dying down, so it does sit like oversaturate itself. But like once it's easy to find, it's not as cool anymore. Sort of.
Yes, there is a value to rarity.
Right.
You know, again, I always kind of talk about Exigent. I would much rather stay the small batch bourbon
Mm-hmm.
and not be in the big box stores, not be in that, but be in the cool niche stores where the retail staff, where the store owner can talk to you about it and actually knows a little bit about it and can talk about the performance, because then people want to go look for it. There's something kind of cool about it.
Have you been reached out to any like the bigger?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And turned them down.
Nice.
Just don't want to do it. And a part of that too is obviously relatively new brand. I would rather find out about a problem from one of y'all than find out about it on Reddit because nobody at the store told me or said, or shot an email or said, "Hey, there's an issue here."
Right.
oh, that's probably your anxiety.
100% keeps me up at night.
Yeah, it's a fucking heavy anxiety, man.
And Adderall and caffeine and nicotine and all the enes.
They used to be called AXTS back in the day.
Learn new things every day. But
So SHOT Show, probably 2014, maybe SHOT Show 2014. I'm walking down in the depths of, this was in the dungeon, and this is when I would go like to SHOT Show for a half a day and just see the whole thing. And Eric, the dog handler, I'm walking by and he's like, "Will, come here. Let me," and like nobody had been nice to me the whole fucking SHOT Show. And so for someone to say like, "Oh, Will, come here." And I was like, "Whoa." And then there's Radian's booth. And so he's like, "Come here, come check out the best AR you will ever fucking see." And this was like 2014. And he shows me one of those. And everybody was nice to me in the booth. And I was like, "Oh man." And then the owner of Radian at the time came up to me and introduced himself to me and gave me his card. And I was like, "Oh man, someone gave me their card. That's so cool." and then the guy from Radian was he looked like a cholo, you know what I mean? And he was the owner, but he was also like a former Ranger, and that's how he knew Eric. And he looked at me and he's like, "Hey man, are you brown?" Like, "What? What do you mean?" "No, are you brown, man?" Like, "What are you fucking brown? What are you?" Like, "No, man, Chicano." I'm like, "Oh, Hispanic? Yeah, I'm Hispanic. Yeah, I am." He's like, "Man, we've got to fucking keep together. These fucking white boys, they want to hunt us."
Good thing you have nice rifles to fight back with.
And then he sold the company.
Another great talking point there, when a innovative, cool brand company takes equity investment or sells out to the next level or capital influx and completely loses who they were in exchange for dollar savings, I guess, or mass production, what have you. Yeah, no, thank you.
Now, what about like Breacher's Customs? I'm really interested in that one.
So Breachers.
Luke, would you pull that gun down?
Yeah.
So this one is like a double whammy at the end of September. So there will be a gun given away in September, a gun given away in August, a gun given away in July, but that is also given away in December or in September. Explain that.
Whenever the 90 days ends.
So that's like the double whammy.
This is Breacher Customs out of Phoenix, Arizona. He's got the exclusives on some SLR parts and different handguards, things like that. But he specializes 9mm PCC, doing all kinds of cool, unique stuff, FRTs, putting them into SDs, and also, that's really kind of his wheelhouse. Well, I was telling him about this. He's like, yeah, man, that's a really cool idea. Let me kick over. Let me do something. And he put together this one, which I guess is also a one of one. Have no idea what to call it. One of his models is the Little Nina. So we're just calling this the Little Rico. It's got a pistol barrel in here that I believe is 2.5 inches with a full-size Rico in here. So you have a stupidly quiet 9mm platform out of this. Obviously shorter barrel, less powder burn, less of an explosion.
How'd you hook up with those guys?
Randomly enough. So he tells this story that he filled out a dealer application for Exigent, and I would call the dealer. So when somebody picks up or, fills out online, I just take their number, call them immediately. He goes, I've been doing this for how many years, and you're literally the first company to call me. And he's just like, man, that's really cool. Just made friends with the guy, and I've had him do some custom guns and do some things with the different cans over the years, and he's used them for his builds for different customers. And he's very much kind of the high-end, making niche stuff for people, making specific cases and things like that. But just made friends with the guy and realized that he made good stuff. That was it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Which, also Driven Arms Co. threw that one on there just for that. Driven Arms Co. hand stop and everything as well. But that is a full-size Rico. So that's tucked all the way in there, short barrel, direct threaded on there.
It's a little peener.
It's tucked. He's just quiet. It's cold out. He's
tucked in there.
Just hiding in there. But Glock mags on this. They also do a Colt mag, so straight stick mags. I like the straight mags. That's just me personally because it looks cooler. And kind of what I told him was like, yeah, man, can you make something that look like a modern day Joker, when he's got the Mark 76 and that scene where he's just blasting?
Yeah.
And he came up with this. So SBR'd, everything ready to go on that. Also got the Radian, charging handle, ambi safety on there too. But that is a fun, quiet little pink plinker, which theoretically, the way we kind of structured the giveaway, you could win a rifle month 1, win the rifle month 2, win the rifle month 3, and then win the wild card.
And win that.
So that's, what is that? $15,000 worth of guns?
Yeah.
Easily.
So basically, like what we're doing is Evan saw our podcast and was like, oh, I think I'll help him, and develop this promo that we could do, that we could run during the summer. Traditionally, as Evan has said, the summer the gun industry kind of takes off. Like everybody fucking just checks out because summer months are hot and people tend to not to buy as much. And then you have some companies, they try, like Chattanooga Shooting Supply has a show and they try to create business. Sports South had a show last year. There's different companies that do different things. Like Goals has their show. GunCon had their show, but traditionally everybody just kind of taps out in the summer and fucking takes it easy. Like the reps don't do fucking shit. Like the reps don't do shit anyway, but the reps really don't do anything in the fucking summertime. We have traditionally tried to do more events during the summer because it's slower. And Evan contacted all these companies, fucking 4 of them. How many companies did you contact though? A bunch. And then created all these like really nice special builds that you will have the ability to gain by simply coming and doing a Form 4 on an Exigent suppressor, wink, wink.
Which you needed the Exigent suppressor anyways. I mean,
correct.
It's a given. You just might go home with a really cool gun.
Just the shitty thing is we've sold so many already. I can hear it now. I bought like fucking 10. What do you mean?
Are you going to buy another rifle? Yes, you're going to buy another rifle. The itch is going to get scratched at some point. So just go ahead and have your suppressor ready.
Exactly. So it's a really neat thing that you did. Let me ask you, like, so you travel all over the country. Who are the players around the country?
In what regard?
Like
what?
gun shops. Like where like if I wanted to know like who are some cool gun shops I should go watch and try to gain some information from, who would I go to?
Giving away the competition secrets. So Shark Coast Tactical, obviously. East Valley Tactical out of Phoenix. They do a great job on suppressors. Well, let me rephrase that too. If it's suppressor specific, there's some great shops like Battlehawk Armory. They do a great job. They have a great online presence, great store presence. Tennessee Silencer out of Knoxville, they crush it in a place probably about half this size. It looks like a barn, and you roll up and you kind of look around the barn and you realize there's a tank sitting out back. And then you walk in and there's $7 million worth of NFA items and MG42s and BARs hanging off the wall. I totally discounted those guys. Randomly enough, another great one is Red Status Customs out right outside of San Antonio, I believe it is, but they are in Lavernia, Texas. I wrote those guys off when they did a dealer order, and I was like, man, this is in the middle of BF nowhere. We'll come to find out they own the high fence hunting ranch behind it. Like, oh, that's why you're in the middle of the woods. Like, here you go. Dry Creek Arsenal out of Nebraska is a great one. Again, online presence there. I think who else is some good ones? Realistically, right now, the hot states are Florida, Texas, Arizona. So those are the hottest ones for suppressor sales. And they have been, so I did a FOIA request with the ATF and pulled all the tax stamps issued for suppressors from 34 till 2021 and then 2021 to 2024 specifically to see which states are growing the fastest. And then Idaho, they've got Boise Black Rifle. They're, great mover and shaker over there too. Virginia has been hot as well, just simply, I think, for the fear-based sales.
Yeah.
So the number of people that are trying to get it before their rights get curtailed unconstitutionally. Then North Carolina has had a bunch. North Carolina's been a great state for, this. One of the dealers that I've talked to, well, nobody's ever come in and asked for an Exigent can. Okay, have you marketed that you had an Exigent can? Like, number one, most people don't have the courage to go up to you and say, hey, will you get a brand X rifle for me? Unless they've got a good relationship or they've been here or you're a dealer that will make yourself available for kind of off stuff. So new entrant brands like an Exigent or, Stealth Additives or a Irregular, most people don't think or even want to get the denial of being told, no, we're not getting that for you. But having dealers that are willing to, again, watch and see what's going on in the market and kind of keep a pulse of what's happening and see what the hot new brands are, where the innovation is. A lot of them don't do that. A lot of them won't even take the time. They just want to put it on the wall and have it sold for them. Okay, cool. We're just going to put this on the wall and it needs to be gone by 2 weeks or when.
What about Ready Gunner out in Utah or wherever they're from? Do you work with those guys?
They won't carry Exigent.
Why?
Because I won't say anything to Pew Science.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Beamer is their buyer over there. And he and I kind of got into a little bit about, well, you'll never sell a single can if you don't send it to Pew Science. Okay, we've sold 6,500 since January 1, but okay. They won't pick up Exigent.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Can you elaborate your, I wouldn't say beef, but
Oh God,
Reticence to send anything to Pew Science.
that's a neat word, reticence.
Reticence.
I like that.
As a manufacturer, and obviously y'all as a store, seeing behind the curtain within the industry, you know a lot more, or you have an idea of what's going on that most general customers don't have, or the general public don't have. And I found it's just easier now with the comments of not even bothering to try to explain the position or why.
Yep.
But there is cause for concern as a manufacturer. Omar knows what's going on with it. Nothing involving Exigent, but would politely decline at this point. And if that is your deciding factor that you want to go with, man, go get you a Tisha. They sent one, or they sent the original design. They've since changed it, updated, and done some things to it. Go get you a Tisha. Go buy from a company that wants to use that as a marketing.
Yeah.
If that's, again, you want to go about that. Bortac has never once referenced Pew Science in their buying. Indianapolis PD never once references. No, a lot of people,
Who's Bortac?
border tactical.
Oh, okay.
Or no, that's not even right. It's border patrols, high level SWAT team
Who did they use
for buying decisions or cans.
for cans?
They do a lot of different stuff. They've got a wide range on their budget. You know, they'll use B&T, TP9 or TP7s, whichever the one is with the integrated grip with it. They'll use B&T cans. They've got a very wide swath of what they can purchase, and there's a bunch of them over there that are running Exigent cans.
Ah, you've sold 6,500 since January 1st.
County here in Florida, their sheriff's office just purchased 175.
Wow.
You don't do liquor. You sell to law enforcement. Okay, well, don't buy the Glock then.
how do you do that? How did you get into law enforcement? Like that's something law enforcement and import export is something I haven't figured out how to do.
Prior contacts all over the country. So previously had a business where I would go out and work with public safety departments on a military survivor benefit program that got opened up after 9/11. So I would go brief their personnel, get them enrolled in it, and just made friends with a lot of departments across the country. So TTPOA, Texas Tactical Police Officers Association, they host the largest SWAT conference in the entire country, and it's massive. They'll have 400 some of the departments in Texas come down there and go on the range, shoot with those guys, friends with everybody, and just networked, made contacts with everybody. Which, point of pride, Wilson County Sheriff's Office in Texas just outfitted with EX03s and the LE556. So they just did all of theirs with that. But really just that, just networking.
What about County in Florida?
Mhm.
Or do you mean
I don't know if I said it correctly.
what rifle do they do?
Mark 1,
Mark 1. So 170 Mark 1s?
75. No, shit, numbers off. 165. 165. And I don't know if that's public knowledge yet or needs to be edited out. So if we could like bleep that name,
Run
I'd
it.
appreciate that.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Pineapple. I got a whole other page of stuff I wanted to ask you.
Send it.
Yeah, and what do you think about like other companies? Who are the companies that are out there who to watch? Like who's doing cool shit? Like whether it's suppressor company, rifle company.
Who scares me is really the question. BOE scares me. Their Incolite 9, I think it is. Their price point and size and everything. That scares me in the Rico a little bit. The 5.56. There's not a lot of companies that can touch irregular, Ridgeback, stealth additives, Exigent in the 5.56 category right now. I would say Dead Air Laz 6 is probably the biggest, like the big box name or the old guard name that's as close to performance wise. Once you start getting outside of 5.56 and you start getting into niche things like, hey, if we came out with a specific AK-47, something like that, there's not a ton. Like there's a very wide market, so it's not somebody that could just completely dethrone you or knock you out of the market. But realistically, watching that too, the post January 1 surge of new companies, already seeing them fading off, dying off now at this point.
Are you sure they're already fading off? Are you sure about that, or are you just fucking being anti-paranoid or something?
Would y'all say there's been a surge of new suppressor companies now that you haven't heard of again?
Yeah.
Give me some backup here, you bastards. But
I don't know.
They'll leave you out to dry. They do it all the time.
I mean, I feel like there's definitely hype there's like, you hear about it, but it doesn't really, maybe it's just because we don't pick them up or anything, but there's hype about it, but you hear like we're releasing this, but you don't really see them in the wild. You don't really see people shooting them online, I guess.
Right.
And
that begs the question, is this just a hype play for marketing?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Have y'all sold a EOTech suppressor yet?
No, I don't think so. We think we got one in for testing.
No, we got one in. I called EOTech and I gave them a disparaging review on their can and said, this is what's wrong with it. This is what's wrong with it. And I can't not bringing them in. We have a good relationship with EOTech, but
they're great optics. Outside of the shows though, I've never seen an EOTech in a store.
they sent us one and I tested it and I wasn't happy.
Right.
And we even tried it. We got their big 30 cal and tried it on a full auto blackout and it was not.
Great name though. DCBL, great name.
What's it called?
The decibel.
The
They
decibel.
call it the decibel. That's a great name. Great name for a can.
Apparently, so maybe I don't know if we should pineapple this, but like I heard through the grapevine that like the people who worked for EOTech were like they got the cans, and they're like, hey guys, no, like we need to go back to the drawing board. This isn't what the market wants, and they got overrode. Like they're like, no, this is what we're doing. Sell them.
20 ounces in titanium's a heavy can.
I mean, to their credit, like they, you know what? Also, I heard the other day, like from somebody who worked at Trigicon when they came out with the RMSCC, or the what's it called, the RMRCC. Like when Trigicon came out with it, like the people at Trigicon were like, "What are you doing?"
The MRO.
No, 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 no.
Fisheye one. No.
No, the
little RMR.
Yeah.
the little RMR. Like they came out with it and said, this was like 2016. They're like, oh look, this is what we're going to bring to the market, and everybody wondered, well, why isn't it on the K footprint? I'm like, oh, well, we're going to do our own thing, and they're like, guys, it's fucking really dumb. Don't do it. And they went and did it anyway. And then I think like allegedly like this year they're going to change it. This year the RMRCC is coming out with a regular K footprint. Like, can you imagine like that's it's 10 year or 11 years of fucking lost sales, millions and millions of dollars.
EOTech, please don't at me. I like you guys. Y'all have always been nice to me, so I'm not knocking on your can, but just using that as an example of, you know, the surge and trying to jump on the bandwagon and the hype of January 1 and releasing something at SHOT Show and talking about it. Outside of
What about the High Point cans? Have you seen those in the wild?
I didn't even know they made a can.
Oh yeah. Remember the whole
Yeah.
the whole High Point controversy?
No, I didn't even know that.
So I really don't. I get what you're saying, and that would make me a little happy. Like if the companies are by now, like all the ones that popped up January 1, are they all fucking fading out?
Well, I'm seeing some starting to pop up too now, you know, kind of a next wave. It's like, guys, if y'all missed January 1 in the last 6 months, it's going to be extremely difficult. So good luck. Like, you got to come out with something really special now at this point to be able to have any sort of, you know, footprint or toehold to try to break into the suppressor market now.
That is a really good point. I brought up earlier, like, to me, there's gold standards on the market. Glock is obviously the gold standard of the handgun. Every new thing that comes out for price and performance gets compared to a Glock. For ARs, it's where you draw the line. I personally draw the line at BCM. That's the gold standard. Everything you do is going to be compared price and performance to a BCM. For cans, in your opinion, is there a gold standard can that everything else should get compared towards? For like a 5.56 can, let's say.
Not one that blends all of the features necessary.
Yeah.
So you have Hux. Everybody says, it's the lowest back pressure can ever. It's low back pressure.
Mhm.
Surefire RC2. Oh, it's the most durable can ever, and it's the lowest flash ever. But I couldn't tell you what the gold standard is for sound performance. Couldn't tell you the gold standard for size or for durability, but I don't think there's a gold standard that hits all of them, that hits the Venn diagram right down the middle of all necessary features that you want to have in a suppressor of lightweight, small profile, great sound performance, great gas mitigation, great flash mitigation, great price. You know, there's plenty of them out there that are budget cans that are, I guess we're getting into the $299 and $399 price range now on some of these things. But I don't think there's one that hits all of them very, very well.
It's a very interesting point. I haven't thought of that before because I always think about like the way I think about it is what gives you the best thing for the money. That's generally where I set it. So like for me, the gold standard changed drastically for optics when the Arrow came out. For me right now, the Arrow is the gold standard red dot because it's a $200 $169, $175 red dot or whatever. It's the cheapest fucking thing ever, and it works really well. If you're coming out with something, that's what I'm going to be comparing it to. Why would I buy this over a Hollis Arrow? And most people's answer is because it's not made in China. I understand that might matter for some people. I'm looking at performance of the product.
You should look at the new Crossfire from Vortex.
Why would I buy it over an Arrow?
I think it's better, and they're Americans.
Is the optic made in America?
Probably not, but
Filipino American.
but when you call it's a guy from Wisconsin.
Fair. Yeah, I would like that's something I want to put some thought into, like gold standard can that everything else gets compared towards. Because like I think that existed for 9mm. I think the Omega 9K was a gold standard 9mm can that everything else got compared towards, but that's so outdated now. Like for the new era of cans, we need to have a new gold standard for calibers.
You want to know what I would pick as the one that hits all the Venn diagram? B&T XH556.
That's fair.
It is exactly what the American consumers asked for. Lightweight, Inconel insert durability, cost, sound mitigation, gas evacuation, but it's not identified as the gold standard.
Can I give a very salty thing? I think that's because they made the black one a silencer shop exclusive.
I can see that.
I love my XH. It's the only non-black thing on the gun.
I would make every can raw personally if it's up to me because Cerakoting is such a pain in the ass
That's
at a
fair.
choke point. And getting media out sometimes when the seal's not good on it, it's, oh God. Which, fun story for you, have a vacuum system. So final QC and everything, vacuum all the cans out there, all lined up on this PVC rows of vacuum. Well, me being the smart ass that I am, I bought this big industrial 30 horsepower vacuum, went to turn it on, shot all the cans through the ceiling. There is a reverse. It actually has a blower feature. Did not know that. So it looks like Chad came through in high school and just punched the ceiling over and over again after a bunch of white monsters. And like, all right, lesson learned. There's a Rico-sized hole in the ceiling now.
That's funny.
What was the deal with the tattoo thing? Like, do you even have a tattoo?
Me? No,
You have no tattoos.
no tattoos.
So why are there a bunch of people all over the fucking internet with Exigent tattoos?
So one dude, he was the Typhoid Mary on this that started the epidemic.
Typhoid Mary. What the fuck does that mean?
Oh, it's a reference for epidemics. But this guy got a tattoo. He's like, hey, I got this tattoo. I was like, do you own a Exigent suppressor? No. Well, then I just felt bad. I was like, man, all right, dude, I got to give you a can for that. Like, way to jump in both feet. But then
Was that the one on the guy's hand?
I don't remember because there's been a lot now at this, like, well over.
How
30,
many?
Probably 40 at least.
Oh my God.
And the number of people that are willing to get a tattoo of a product that you don't own with the expectation that you hope that they give you the can, but
Not even confirming beforehand.
not even confirming.
Yeah.
So not even confirming beforehand, but the reticence to even just buy the can instead of like, how much did you spend on the tattoo, man? like we got some pretty affordable cans here, but that got shotgunned out and that went through like one of the dealers, then shot it out to all his like loyal customers and a bunch of them went and got tattoos. I'm like, oh, fuck.
What part of the country was this happening in?
You want to take a wild guess?
Kentucky?
Florida.
Really?
Yep.
What dealer was it doing?
I'm not going to say, but
All
it's
right.
right up the road from here.
Okay.
But that was like, all right, fine. If I gave one person a can, like I feel like a dick if all these other people got Exigent tattoos. So gave them some cans for it, and then finally cut it off after a dude tattooed himself in his garage with himself. I was like, all right, it's a matter of time before somebody brands himself. Like, please don't hurt yourselves, people. Please actually do get an Exigent kit. One of the horrible women I was talking to told me that
Horrible woman?
Horrible woman. Out of Kentucky, mind you. She told me she would let me tattoo the Exigent logo on her. I was like, bet, let's do this. You will be the first girl to do this.
Did you tattoo the?
It fell apart. She blocked me before then.
All right. I mean, that's. I'd like to learn more about that.
Yeah, that'd be a good story.
Omar, do you know exactly what's going on with B&T right now? Like, I tried to look at the. I looked at the press releases and I didn't understand the first press release and I didn't understand the second press.
It looks like they've reconciled. They're good. They're good now. As I thought what was going to happen is B&T USA was going to rebrand as their own company, and then B&T Swiss was going to bring in a subsidiary of themselves to become the new B&T USA.
So mom and dad are fucking again.
It seems like it. Yeah, it looks
Seems
like
it. Are they gonna fuck for the long haul or are they?
I mean, I don't see why they would say they're back together if it wasn't, because like that was a big thing of like, you know, claiming once I wasn't super involved, but one side's claiming they owe them like millions and millions of dollars. The other side is claiming that they've infiltrated their upper management and are trying to destroy the company from within or something. It got really hectic there, and now they're just like, yeah, we're cool.
those Reddit subreddits are wild. I'm
They're-
I'm scrolling through, like, wow, like this is a great. Where did you come with this information, sir?
It could be a movie, you know? But anyways, they said, yeah, we're good now. We've reconciled our differences. I mean,
But I
Carl Berger is like
But-
such a kind man. I figured like they probably just were like, hey man, okay, how do we get over this? And then he probably suggested something that's super reasonable because Carl Berger is extremely reasonable.
but I heard it wasn't cool. So the press release, hey, everything's cool. Mom and dad are back together. Press release, hey, everything's cool. Mom and dad are back together. And then I call somebody, hey, what's going on? Yeah, that's not what's going on. Blah, 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 blah.
Unless you were in the meeting, I always take that kind of stuff as a grain of salt. But you look at the American market, and Mr. Berger is not going to leave out American consumers. There's far too much money to be made. It's far too lucrative. And
Like who gets the booth at SHOT Show?
Exigent
both-
Defense.
They share. But I mean, going all the way back to like the Surefire lawsuit, do you remember that? When
Where they put it off for 20 years.
yeah, like I listened to the story about that from Mr. Brugger, and he's just like, yeah, I mean, I don't want money from it. I just don't want to be sued. You know, we can just call it like he's the most reasonable, kind man I've ever listened to. He does not care. Like they from his telling of the story and his perspective, this company is like claiming that that he stole their design and they're trying to sue him for money. And in response, he's just like, how about we
Prior
don't?
art. Here you go. Here's where, B&T Swiss originally designed that.
Yeah, he's got the proof for it. He's got the thing. I feel like any other company or any other owner of a company would like countersue and try to make a big deal out of it. He was just like, yeah, I just don't want this to go on anymore.
There's a little meta conclusion for you right there. If B&T Swiss says, yeah, we're cool, like steal that mounting system,
Yeah.
is it that good of a mounting system?
No, I obviously don't know what happened, but if I had to take a guess, they probably reconciled, and B&T Swiss was probably extremely reasonable and generous in what it took to reconcile. And they're saying now, if you have warranty, send it to B&T USA. So it seems like B&T USA, B&T Swiss, one and the same again.
But B&T Swiss they're going to move to the United States and open a company in North Carolina, I think. Like, how are they going to have a company in North Carolina and then there be another B&T? Like,
Mhm.
like how can there be like B&T Swiss bringing in B&T guns and B&T? Like, who gets the rights to the suppressors? And who's going to sell the suppressors in the United States?
I'm
Is it-
assuming they're one and the same now because of what they
No.
said. No,
No, they're Carl Brugger is gearing up a company to be open in the United States. He's hiring people,
okay.
and they're going to open up their company and be B&T Swiss.
Maybe this is just maybe they sorted out a deal for this just to be an interim thing. Then in the meantime, until B&T Swiss USA gets opened up.
Do you think maybe it's like when parents get divorced and they try to tell the kids, hey, we're not really divorced, but they're really getting divorced?
We're staying together for the
Look,
kids.
from the kid's perspective, you still got two moms. I think you're good. Or what the fuck did I just say? Still got two parents. It's good. They're saying, even if it's a temporary thing from a consumer standpoint, it doesn't change a thing. It looks like as an American, you're still buying from B&T USA, and that stuff's still coming from B&T Swiss. And if you have a warranty, you still give it to B&T USA, and they warranty it. Seems like everything is good now.
But what about like the B&T guns, like the ones that have come in lately? Like they're not really B&T guns. I hear there's parts on them that are American.
I will say too, the Swiss government had put a moratorium on export license to the U.S. in protest of Iran.
Oh,
Now, whether or not that plays a factor in any of this, I don't know.
maybe.
I talk to B&T USA pretty regularly and talk to the upper leadership, management, everything. They haven't slowed down or changed really anything. Like they're just like, hey, so anything going on? Nothing. They're just like, what? Something we need to know about? Like they just keep turning along. Like they just made some parts for me actually. Their machines are still turning.
You can dig deep into it if you want to. I feel like it's just from a B&T's good to go again. You don't have to worry about if I buy this gun, am I going to be able to warranty it? You don't have to worry about paying ridiculous prices because they're not on the market anymore. Like you're good now.
Yeah.
B&T is back on the menu, boys.
Yeah, talk about a TP9.
Yeah, where's the SDs at though?
I'm sure they're coming. The announcement was
Yeah, it's
not
just
that
really
long
good.
ago.
I want one of those. The B&T APC 9 SD.
Oh, dude, to this day, that's like the weird. That's the. There's quiet guns and then there's that.
Yeah, like
That's a crazy
should
gun.
not have been as quiet as it
No,
was. on
there's
the
no
115s.
recoil on it. I got to shoot a full auto one that was insane. The gun
Nice.
doesn't rise. B&T's cool.
I want one of those.
Get one.
That also-
Ow! Ow! Like there's no, they're gone. It sucks. It's
Challenge accepted. Next giveaway, we're getting some BTSD.
Okay.
Putting a complete change this out for a Rico. Shh, don't say anything.
All right, so we're gonna call it. We want to thank Evan for coming down and chatting with us about the firearms industry. Exigent Defense.
X gonna give it to you.
X gonna give it to you. If you get the chance, like this video, share it. Come into the store. We really appreciate it if you've watched this much of the podcast. You have no idea. Come in. I will give you merch, hats, different things. Check out our other social media pages and get in on this promotion. It's a really cool thing that Evan did, and we are forever grateful. Thank you. We will see you again.